So about 4 years in my life, I used to go to college a few times a week. I was working towards a career in criminology, policing and that sort of stuff, criminal investigation. And with my free time, my spare time, I used to play a lot of video games, Fortnite with the boys, all of these types of things. I used to fill my time with things I believed was entertaining, things I wanted to do at that specific time, not knowing if they were good or bad. I just did. I just acted, I just lived, just simply existed, right? And that's probably what you're doing in your life right now. You're just simply doing whatever, just letting time pass by. And it's not overly negative. Maybe you don't know that what you're doing is wrong or not. I didn't, and I was going to college every week, not wanting to really. I knew long term I didn't actually want a career. Maybe I wanted to live a life of freedom, a life where I could go where I want, when I want, to travel. That's what I wanted my life to be. I had it in the back of my mind, but I didn't act upon that thought. I stayed at college for the whole first year. I carried on doing all the bad habits. I used to just play a load of different video games, stay up late. I just didn't really care. I was just existing, right? Just doing all of these things, working towards this supposed career that is going to be so amazing. I'm going to earn loads of money off, even though I didn't even believe that for myself. I just sort of deluded myself with a facade that was going to be the case if I worked hard, and I carried on. Got to the end of the first year, I decided, I specifically came across a video one time on YouTube by a self-improvement creator. I watched the video. I remember after watching that video, it's something to do about building habits and about maybe doing what you want to do, reaching success. And it sort of reiterated that dream again in my mind. It played again in my mind that I wanted to travel. That I wanted to travel and live a life of freedom. Specifically meaning I wanted to live a life of freedom where my life was just traveling. I could go where I want when I wanted because I had enough money or because I earned money online. And one day I woke up and realised I could go to college and carry on playing video games and doing all of which I believed is seen as success long term for stability and to live in the UK, in which is where I live currently right now. But then I realised that I don't actually want to do that. It's basically a vision and a lifestyle that my parents wanted me to live, that society has told us to follow and live. And I realised that I'm not actually happy. And I don't actually know what to do with my life. So upon coming across that video and finishing it, I realised, and it sort of helped me to discover what I wanted to do. And it was a video based on self-improvement, improving myself as a person, as a man, to encourage you to chase your goals and dreams and ambitions. And it made me do that. The next day I created a plan, started working towards what I wanted to do. So I went from playing video games and working towards a degree which I believed was the right thing to do because society told me. And then the next day I went from that to doing what I wanted to do, and I was instantly more fulfilled, happy. I already felt the success coming along as I was improving as a person. And my life changed for the better so quickly. I quit college and then ended up going full into content creation about a year and a half ago. I run a few social media accounts and that, whilst also running this personal brand that I'm doing right now. And I do so much more. I go to the gym regularly. I look after my fitness, my health, my diet, all of these things. I feel the best I've ever felt. I look the best I've ever looked. I have the best physique that I've ever had in my life before, because I did what I wanted to do. I'm really working towards peace and fulfillment because I decided to go away from the rest, to not follow that idea in which society, has told me to follow. So if you are someone who doesn't actually know what to do, you are probably doing something right now. Maybe you're in school, maybe you're in college working towards a degree, but you're still listening to these words. So although you're doing that, you probably still don't know what to do. So it's simple, but it's so effective. You probably have a vision, a dream, a goal in your head that you wish you started to work towards in your life. It could be content. It could be literally anything. I don't know you, but you know. You know deep down. Do that. Because the beauty of life and free will and freedom is to do exactly what you want to do. I can guide you and say that maybe you should eat better and go to the gym and do things that better you as a person. I highly recommend that. But most importantly, do what you want to do that genuinely gives true fulfillment, that actually genuinely makes you feel alive, because you have the passion to want to do it every day and to wake up to want to do it. That's what I do in my life. It changed so quickly because I went from living someone else's idea of a good life to my own, instantly. And although it may feel scary to leave a job or leave a career or leave a education, I did it like that because one day I woke up and decided, what am I doing with my life? I want to do whatever I want to do. I'm sick of being told and following a false narrative. So that's my advice to you. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Create a plan to get there and execute it and get there. It's simple as. It's going to take a few steps. It's going to take a bit of hard work. It's going to take showing up for yourself every day. It's going to take a lot. But just do it anyway. Because is it really any more difficult than living a life that you don't want to live? I don't think so. I think it's harder work trying to keep up living a life that you don't want to live, doing things you don't want to do. I think that's harder than trying to just put in a bit of action towards living a life you actually want to live, because at least you have the passion to do so, right? So this is my advice here. Do whatever you want to do. Stick by that narrative and live an amazing, fulfilled life. Because if you don't, the regret will kick in soon enough later on as the years pass by, when you're living a life you never wanted to live, when you're living someone else's idea of a good life. So do what you want to do from the very moment. Chase those dreams, chase the goals. I know you have them, no matter what they are. Go get it before it's too late.